Boys, we're live.
Oh, no, I'm not ready.
All right, welcome back, everybody, to the Iron Palace podcast. I'm your host, Caleb Day, joined today with co-host Holland Millsaps.
Hello.
David Corbin.
Let's get it.
So, per usual, we have a new guest today. The, kind of looks like Superman, Nathan Millsaps.
Howdy.
That was a great intro.
Yeah, I was going to go with howdy.
Yep, that's a good one.
Yeah, that's what I did on the first one.
The other ones were taken up.
It was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, hello.
Love a good howdy.
Hey, I mean, if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Right on.
Howdy's been the backbone of this nation for years.
I don't disagree. All right, so we'll start out with since we haven't introduced our guest yet, we just kind of started talking. Nathan, what do you do for a living?
Classified.
Well, this makes for a great episode already.
And thanks for tuning in.
Yeah, that's it.
That's
Good
it.
night.
End of the episode. We'll just cut right there.
Tune in next week. We have a guy with no job.
We actually just found him in Knoxville.
I work at a fire department.
Right on.
Yeah.
How you like that?
So far, so good. I'm alive. There's higher risk of getting cancer, but you know.
Really?
Yeah.
That's your
Cancer is not the first risk that
Yeah.
I associate with firemen.
Oh,
I
it
agree.
is actually on our statistics.
Really?
Yeah. We can't. Yeah. Or the stuff that we wear into a fire, even if it's been in one fire, none of the carcinogens really get washed out of it.
Huh.
Yeah.
See, I would have figured like burning to death would have been the number one.
That'd
I
be
would have thought, yeah.
that'd be a way to go.
Honestly, that should have been our tip of the day. Yeah. But that's
Turns
not
out, fire, not as bad as you think. It's the other stuff.
Yeah.
nothing to be worried about.
Yeah,
Fire's getting Brad press.
Yeah, we'll go in there, wrap our fists up and we punch that stuff out. That's the easy part. It's the later on,
All right.
it gets you.
So here's my question. To gear it a little more towards what we normally well, can we say what we normally talk about? No.
What do we normally talk about?
I guess we are on topic because nothing.
Yeah.
Cancer.
No, we don't talk about cancer.
You got the
Until
got the-
now.
you got the pink scoop.
What is? Never mind. Anyways, so how would you say, or how important would you say strength is in firefighting?
Actually, I had this discussion the other day with a couple of the younger guys. Unofficially, when you go into any type of work situation in the fire, if you got somebody who's deadlifting or is able to pick up a fully equipped firefighter, which is 330 pounds or so, if this person's with you, hey, if I go down, they're not going to struggle to drag me or pull me up to a window, get me out. Whereas if you got somebody in there who's a 150-pound deadlifter, in the back of your mind, you're not going to say it, but you're thinking,
Like if I go down,
Yeah.
I'm in trouble.
I'm
because-
out.
Yeah.
It's one
I'm
more thing to
doing the
think
work.
about.
So I would say it's important up to a point. You at least need to have a certain amount. Yeah.
I would agree. I know you've said, I mean, if we can't talk about it, we'll cut it. But I know you've talked about having to pick someone up at work and
Oh, yeah. Lift assist.
yes, yeah, there you go.
On that side, yeah, strength is super important because not only strength, but somebody who has been an athlete, a strength athlete, is going to know how to pick somebody up without, rupturing their spine or,
I would imagine that would be
Yeah.
important.
yeah, that is very important.
Now, what's a spine?
Something I don't have. Yeah.
All right. So how do you train just to be a firefighter? What do you train for? You do like bodybuilding? What
So
do you,
my background is I guess I could say powerlifting, and then turned into kind of strongman. Then as I got older, I'm chasing the aesthetics now. But in fire service, that's I don't want to give up a lot of strength. Like I am overqualified for some of the strength. Like
Yep.
I can pick up what I ever said the standard was. They're lifting a 300-some pound person off the floor. However, I do want to make sure that I can consume smaller amounts of air. So we do a lot of air consumption drills. And there is one thing we do have to train with is, what's the word I'm looking for? Acclimation for heat. So when you're in the jacket, the bunker gear, the pants, your sweat goes nowhere.
Ew.
It's a sauna suit.
Nice.
So if you do any type of work in it in 30 seconds, it feels like you're dying.
You're swampy.
If you've never done, if you've
Swamp
never
everything.
yeah,
Can you say that again?
Oh, you're
exactly like you just said.
you are soaked.
You're swampy.
You are soaked. Yeah, you're soaked. Their sweat has run all over you from your head to your toes. Toes, literally. Like you can
Keep talking.
You can pour it out of your boots later. So if you're not used to that whatsoever, like we had a guy come in. I call him Big D. His name's Danny. And
Why do you call him Big D?
he's 240. He's 240. He has like 19-inch arms. So he come in there and he's a big guy. So I told him,
That's what I was thinking.
I was like, hey. He's like, what do I need to do for this job? I was like, cardio is okay, but you can run all the time, and you get in that gear, and it feels like you're going to die.
Yeah.
So we started training, like once a week. We'd get in the gear, put it on a pack, and just get him used to breathing too. Because what it feels like, closest thing I can think of is if you dress from head to toe in blankets that you can't breathe in, and then put a glass jar over your head. Yeah. You're claustrophobic. You can't cool off.
I do that all the time.
And then you got to go work.
I know David does that for fun.
Yeah.
So you make a great firefighter.
Kind of my thing. I usually do it wearing a Batman costume.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've seen it.
It's just stressful. I think it's psychologically stressful for a while.
Yeah.
But after you get used to that, you really don't have to be in that good a shape to look like you are. I know guys who they don't run, do nothing, versus guys who run all the time, and they both get in the gear, and the guys who don't do anything, they're a lot more comfortable in the gear, so their body's not stressing out over it.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I mean, because that's a lot. That's a whole different kind of stress.
Oh, yeah.
You know, running versus being cramped and hot and out of breath, you know, like low oxygen situation kind of deal. I could see how, running's not going to be the ideal.
Oh, yeah. As you can be a big, strong dude and be a firefighter. A lot of people say you can't. You can. I've held my breath before and got downstairs and trying to save air.
Yeah.
Do you do cardio or you just go with the?
I usually don't do cardio. No. I mean, I'll do it.
Cool. We're still the same.
I do. I don't think it's classified as cardio. What is cardio? Like, is it 30 minutes of a certain heart rate?
Cardio is
know.
whatever your heart tells you cardio is, buddy.
Yeah. I don't do it. I don't know.
Well, I do high reps. Like, I'll throw 50 reps.
I think that's more conditioning than cardio.
Well, I do conditioning then.
Oh, okay.
My heart rate will get up quite a bit.
Oh, yeah.
It'll be thumping out of my chest.
My heart rate gets up doing a 1 rep max.
Yeah.
That's definitely not cardio. Well, it could be.
Yeah.
I feel like in my heart, I feel like it is.
Well, then, if you feel like it in your heart, then it is.
I agree.
I would say in your heart too, Holland, if you let it.
Conditioning is probably the most important thing. If you can carry the weight in that gear for a long periods of time, if you don't do cardio and you just do conditioning, that's really all you need.
The internet says cardio is any exercise that gets your heart rate up for a prolonged period of time. So I feel like you're doing cardio, buddy.
Yeah.
30 seconds prolonged.
Okay.
According to this Wikipedia page that I just wrote, you're nailing it.
Oh, yeah.
I like it.
Yeah.
All right. So I know
You
obviously.
told me not to tap the table. You did.
I just did. Okay. But it's fine. It's fine.
Fast and loose with the rules here.
It's his show, so
Yeah.
he's going to do what he wants.
Anyways.
That's parent.
I do what I want.
Anyways. So I know we've talked about it on podcast. Holland obviously knows the stories because, well, y'all are related to anybody that didn't pick that up. We have a few stories of, because if you live in our area, you know that the Millsaps are all known for being like dumb strong. And just everyone seems to have a story about like what you guys have done randomly. Me and Holland have talked about his in the first podcast. We'll probably go back over it just because, that first episode was not great.
Yeah, we're kind of
So-
scrapping it.
So to start it over and let everybody else know what we know, you have picked up a Jeep engine by yourself.
And carried it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm going to go back to your, the Millsaps and what we do. We are great showmen. That's what we are
Would you say the greatest showman?
on Earth, or at least in our little area.
P.T. Barnum, who?
Yeah.
Yeah. He stole it from y'all.
Oh yeah. So being strong, in our family, at least for a couple of generations back, I know, it's super important. If you're not strong, if you can't eat a lot, can't put in hard days of work, you're nothing. You're kind of outed.
Ironically enough, the next story I actually picked to bring up was you talking about your ancestors carrying a cast iron stove through Cades Cove.
That's on my mom's side.
Either way, point being.
Yeah. I mean, and it's not just through Cades Cove. It's from like Maryville to Cades Cove. And then.
I'm not sure where he went. It might have been Rich. I think it's kind of Rich Mountain from Townsend.
Would it matter how far it is? Like if I tried to carry a cast iron stove of any size,
it's only 200 pounds.
Does it matter?
Yeah, I mean it's a small one.
Yeah, it's small.
Even if it's 200 pounds,
weight.
We're talking Maryville to like the other side of Townsend.
He's rucking it.
Yeah.
From Maryville to then no one else that knows. That's like what, a 30-minute drive, 45-minute drive.
Yeah,
all highway, like 60, 70.
Yeah, like all kinds of twists and turns. And if we no matter how far back we go, it gets worse. If you compare it to now versus then, it's probably harder.
Yeah.
So
it's easier on your feet.
So saying,
soft ground.
It's a small one. It's only 200 pounds.
It's a long distance.
I feel like it's irrelevant at that point.
How did it go? They said that they would give it to him if he could carry it.
Well, he got in there, and he didn't drive, had a team of horses, nothing. He walked in, and they asked him, he wanted to buy it, and they said, where's the wagon or whatever you want to put this on? He goes, I'll just carry it back. And they said, if you carry this thing back, you can have it.
Yeah.
See, to me, that's a challenge. That's like someone now saying, if you can pick this rock up, you can have it.
That's the equivalent of you won't.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And so he just carried it back.
Yeah.
That's dope.
Yeah.
And
he never set it down, did he? If I remember correct, he didn't.
He leaned it against a tree.
Yeah,
halfway there.
He leaned. Yeah, he would lean back against something.
Yeah, I picture like the the hand out, holding his chest a little bit, just like bracing himself. Like,
so this guy is real. It's on Heartland Channel. They talk about him, and they got a picture of him. And this dude, he's sitting in a chair, but this man has got legs like an oak tree.
Like me.
Yeah.
I thought the picture looked like that.
But he's like 5'8".
I thought it looked like that meme of Ben Affleck with the cigarette. That's how I'd look after it.
Just totally spin. Like, oh god.
Now I remember Buster knew him. I mean, I got to explain who Buster is. So
yeah, you got
where we live at now, that would be me. That'd be Holland's great uncle and my great uncle.
Yep.
So they both lived in the Cove. And when he was like 20 years old, I guess Charlie Garland would have been about 80, maybe late 70s. He's walking with a cane. And Buster and one of his friends was walking by his place, and Charlie's going to aggravate him. He said, "Hey, boys, come here and move this grind mill for me. I just need it scoot over in the corner." It's like a 900-pound rock.
Giant millstone.
Yeah.
They got in there and couldn't do anything to it. Well, like I said, he laughed and handed him his cane. Got down there and scooted it over a little at a time. Put it in the corner.
Hold my cane,
boys. Yeah, not hold my beer. Just like
that doesn't sound like something we do.
No.
Yeah.
So then to circle back, the car engine.
Oh, the car engine.
This is one of my personal favorite stories that you've told me.
It's only a 4-cylinder.
Doesn't again? Okay, you keep like doing these things where you knock it down. Even if it's not your lift, you're like, yeah, he moved a cast iron step, but it was a small one. It was
like
200
Buzz Aldrin going, it was just the moon. Like,
yeah. It was only like a small big deal.
Well, we replacing. We had to go and have it rebuilt, and we didn't have a cherry picker at the time. I guess it would have been smarter to like hook a chain and pulley system up to the rafters, but Dad didn't know if it was going to hold up or not. So he's like, "Hey, your back wheel, get in there." So I got up on the bumper.
Your back wheel.
He got it loosened up from the engine, block.
Engine mounts.
Mounts. That's it.
I got you.
So I just got it around below the damn pulley on one side and around flywheel on the back side and started coming up with it. Got it over the hood so not to scratch Abby's paint. Then I got down on the ground.
That's what I'd be worried about, too.
I was trying not to get oil on me, but then I sat it in the back of Dad's truck and dented the truck, the bed. So
that's what they're for.
That made me feel a little proud. Yeah.
Yep. And then didn't he have to, whenever he took it in to get it fixed, they had to pull it out with a forklift?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know it's only a 4-cylinder.
But I mean,
Meanwhile, the average man is using a forklift.
in our family, it's kind of expected. Like, you got something big, it's like, hey, we'll just go and get it. We didn't really have tractors. We were the tractors.
This is a very pro child labor podcast too.
Oh,
So just
yeah.
open up. Yeah.
We got worked. And it's strength is super important in our family. But I mean, I do believe that there's pretty good genetics on. There's somewhere, because I mean, Holland started lifting late 30s. Like, seriously,
yeah.
And he shot up like a 20-year-old.
Yeah, that's no joke, man. How old are you?
42 now.
42, and you came off of bicep surgery and still stronger than me, and I'm 30.
Well, I'm just barely stronger.
That's beside the point. Okay, it's definitely beside the point.
But yeah, I don't. But see, like Nathan's story with his dad telling him to pick the engine block out. All the time, Dad he'd get something, plow or a disc or something. They'd be like, "Well, how are you going to unload that?" He'd be like, Holland's home. We got it.
Yep.
We were the workhorses.
Yeah.
See, people do that to me, but it's not like to that point, that degree. Like, I don't have any cool stories. Like, I've picked up a trailer to change a tire, or I've put an engine block somewhere. Anytime I pick something up that I thought was cool, it's just because I wanted to pick it up.
Well, you do gotta make it cool. Like, if you're gonna be a legend, right?
Oh, here we
In
go.
your little area.
Okay.
This is how legends are born, right?
Okay.
You got to do stuff, but you also got to be a showman kind of about it.
Dude, I'm 6'6". How much more of a showman do I need to be?
Well, you got to lift around the right people. You kind of got to build like a brand of yourself.
Why do you think we're on this podcast? This is what we're doing.
Yeah.
I got a firefighter question.
Okay.
So you don't have to answer this. If it's a little too dark and gritty, you don't have to get into it. But
Classified.
when I was a kid, the TV led me to believe that two of the top problems facing this nation were cats in trees and mesothelioma. Like, are you guys really getting cats out of trees all the time, or has my life been a lie?
Or is the mesothelioma?
I've heard of
false news.
in the last like 10 years, they've got one cat out of a tree.
Gosh.
Yeah.
Just one?
Yeah.
So it just shows more liberal propaganda from the mainstream media,
The main thing we do is pick people out of the floor. So I would, lifting is very important.
I was about to say, so now we're back to the original topic.
So you're not getting cats out of trees, but people out of floors.
Yes. It's like a big cat
So it's
out
so
of the floor.
It's the
But
help
not in
by
the tree.
phone and I can't get up.
Yeah.
Commercial.
Yeah, it's like a
Interesting
cat
thing.
that can talk.
I don't think that's a very good comparison. It's a cat that can talk.
Yeah.
I think it's a lot bigger than a cat.
It's like a big cat.
My dad's got a real fat cat.
That's what I'm saying. I've got a big cat, and she's 25 pounds.
It's like a panther. They're 180, 160.
Google it, dog. GTS.
We're talking about
We know how
jaguar.
much a cougar weighs.
like a
We
jack.
do. He's
Yeah,
right there.
They're roughly 100
Yeah.
kilograms.
The
Not
Cades-
this cougar.
the Cades
the
Cove
other-
Cougar.
The Cades
There you
Cove
go.
Cougar, baby.
There you go. That's on our lighter side. Usually, if somebody falls, they're usually, really old and skinny. But usually, if somebody falls, they're heavier than they want to be, and it's hard to get out of the floor.
Heavier than you want them to be, too.
Well, I don't really, I don't really matter as long as they're under like 500 pounds. It's okay.
All right, listen here. We're going to get you out of here. But first, I'm going to need you to fast for about 48 hours.
Okay. Oh, I love lift assist.
Let's talk you through this.
We're gonna throw
Then
in the
fall.
Atkins
Then that's
diet
when you,
real quick.
after you fasted for 48 hours, that's the time to fall and call the fire
And
department.
we don't run like emergency traffic on lift assists unless they're they're hurt. But I like it so much that the boys always say he probably runs emergency traffic to lift assist because I'm like, how much they weigh? Where they at? I've got it down to a science. I know how to hold them where that's less hurtful on them. And
Nathan's like, you can't lift them,
Yeah.
but I can.
How much they weigh? 200 pounds? It's too light. I'm
never
out.
mind.
Get
How many
somebody
reps
else
you
to
get on
do
that
it.
lift assist?
we had a
Do you need an assist with that?
He pulls them up. One. No, I didn't quite get it. Two. I got you now.
we had a
Mind hanging out for a minute? I didn't get to work out today. I got to rep it.
we had a smaller
I won't get out of bed for less than 400 pounds.
we had a smaller EMT guy. This woman was stuck in a bathroom in the tub. She fell down in there. And I'm going in there. I'm getting my gloves on. We're talking to her. And he just pushes me out of the way. This guy's probably,
Is that Big D?
no.
Oh.
This guy's 5.5 foot tall, 140 pounds. He pushed me in. And he
Stout.
gets in there behind her.
Oh, excuse me,
Stout.
Junior.
He
That
gets
was-
in there.
That was the
I think
word
I work
that
for
came to
him.
mind.
He gets in there behind her. And I'm like, okay. And he goes to pick her up, and as he does, he kind of slips, and she lands on top of him. So he's pressed in there with her.
Now they're both in the tub.
Yeah, so I told them both put their arm around my neck.
Now they're both in the tub.
I put both their arms around my neck, and I brought both of them up out of the tub. And all she did was talk about me, and he did not like that.
See, you probably planned it that way so you could lift both of them.
Yeah.
Like I said, showmanship.
Yeah. You dropped them.
Yeah. Oops.
For anybody who's just doing audio, that was air quotes.
Oh, yeah.
The guy didn't fall in the tub.
That's
They
one of those.
pushed him
Yeah.
down.
Oops.
That's one of those, showmanships. Like, I could have picked her up first, then him.
Nah.
Yeah.
No.
You got to do both.
Oh, yeah.
Always pick the road less traveled.
Yes.
I did it again.
Yeah, you hit the
I
table.
did it again.
Yeah.
Anyways.
But it emphasized your point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's kind of like a judge's gavel.
Yeah.
For our more astute listeners, he's actually been telling you guys a message in Morse code secretly this whole time.
Yeah. If you picked it up, please subscribe. Anyway, so I do have a funny story to break up a little bit. It was a day before yesterday. Went to Amvet's to ironically look for this shirt. If you can see it, great. If you can't, this is a Selena crop top that is probably the best shirt I've ever owned.
It is.
Dang, I thought that said
absolutely.
Steven Seagal.
Dude,
I
want
wish.
a Steven Seagal crop top.
Well, now
That's my-
okay. This is the second best shirt that I could
Okay,
have had.
bucket list item.
Yeah. I'm putting it in my basket on Amazon right now, dude.
I mean, it
And
does look.
he really is. I'm actually looking. He is looking at Steven Seagal shirts. So, anyways, went to Amvet's. We're walking around. I'm looking at a $40 table. I don't need a table, but it was $40.
How can you pass it up?
Thank you. See?
Yeah.
So then this old man, he's 69. I know that because he told me.
Nice.
Just walks up and says, "What's your shirt say?" I was wearing an Uru's Fit shirt.
Oh, yeah.
It's just like a Highland Games clothing apparel. And I told him, he goes, "Uru's Fit." Cool. I was like, yeah. He said, "I've been pretty inclined to Highland Scottish Games culture." I'm like, "It's cool, man. I compete. It's fun to go to."
A dabble.
And he said, "You wouldn't believe this, but when I was younger, I could pick up a car." I was like, "Dude, that's crazy, man."
Oh,
No, I was like,
Wow.
I said, "Dude, that's wild, man. That's cool." He said, "I could even walk a few steps." I was like, "All right, cool." He said, "I tell you what, though, if he's probably listening, knowing my luck, like he'll be like one of our followers, and he's going to unfollow."
he's going to call in.
The one.
it's
the
one
one
person.
we had is gone.
the one that's not Holland's mom, he's going to leave.
She said we sounded really good.
That's all I wanted. So anyways, then he said,
What about how we look though?
ironically enough, Monday. Well, she hasn't. Well, she's seen us all except for David.
Yeah.
But so
I'm an
ironically,
enigma.
I had squats Monday, and we're in there. And he said, "I tell you, the worst thing you can do for your body is squats." He said it's bad for your back and for your hips. I was like, "That's wild."
Yeah.
Dang, man.
Oh, man.
I
Tom
don't.
Platts has entered the chat.
Yeah.
It's like, all right, that's cool. I'm really just trying to get out of this conversation.
Yeah.
Because I'm still trying to figure out if I want to buy a $40 table for no reason.
Yeah.
And so he just keeps on going. He said, "I tell you another thing. Them tattoos you got make you weak. They got heavy metals in them."
Make you weak.
I said, "Kind of sounds like I'm adding weight, so I'm
Yeah.
going to get strong." But I said, "Well, they're there.
Heavy metals.
I can't take them out.
Devastated. What?
What? Oh,
I
no.
was wondering why your arms were looking so nice.
I've been training for no reason."
Like if I could ever cry on command, I would
right
want to
just
right
break
then.
down.
Just be like, "Oh no."
Hit your knees and just break down. And then he said,
Arms up.
so then he was like, "Well, you got some pretty good sized legs." I was like, I said, "I did squats today."
Even though they're bad for you.
Yeah.
There goes your back.
Thanks, man. He
Quit.
He said, "Yeah, you need to be careful." I was like, like, I'm going to go look at this chair. And then he told me his name. I swear to God, I don't remember because I just dipped out. I was like, "It was nice to meet you." And then I left.
That's not awkward at all,
It
is
is.
it?
They're like, well, I mean, he started it. Yeah. I'm at Amvet. Says, "What's your shirt say?" And he's wearing a mask. Like, there's nothing wrong with wearing a mask. It just kind of changes the atmosphere a little.
He come in like Bane.
At this point,
Show me your size.
you think the dog is your ally.
I was born into it.
I bet he was one of those guys that benched 400 pounds in high school.
He said that.
You know?
I swear to God, he did. And then he said, I forgot all about that part. And then he said,
Because every one of those guys did.
yeah, he said,
It's not 405. It's
you-
400.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You look like a natural athlete. I said, far from it, brother.
I'd be like, dude, I will smack the taste out of you.
I almost got
Natural.
told they got thick legs in
He
public.
said, yeah. He said, you play ball or anything in school? I said, no, I didn't. If you saw me in high school, you would know why. He said, I wasn't a natural athlete, but I had quick reflexes. Dude, I'm serious, man. I am dead serious.
How long did you talk to this guy?
It seemed like an eternity.
I think they FaceTimed afterwards.
He had you cornered.
I don't know. We're just wide in the open, but the table I'm thinking about buying for $40 is right there. So what am I can't walk away from it.
Maybe he was wanting the table and he was trying to like scare you away from it.
I was standing my ground. I didn't buy it, but it's the principle.
Yeah, I got you.
So yeah, he said I wasn't a natural athlete, but I had fast reflexes. And again, for the audio only, he shook his hand real quick like he was grabbing something. And then he said, even like the other day, I knocked something off the counter and I grabbed it in midair. Did the whole motion and everything, dude. And I was like, man, that was fast.
Just grab something and threw it at him immediately.
Just throw a 2-piece at him.
Smack him in the head. Like, I thought you were quick.
Got to be faster than that.
The lie detector determined that was a lie.
It doesn't just leave. Don't even say that. Just walk off.
Never meet your heroes.
Spider-Man Israel.
All right. So just to keep jumping around, because that's how we roll. Is what's your favorite PR or feat of strength? Doesn't have to be your highest or anything. Just like your absolute favorite, you're most proud of.
That one's easy for me.
Okay. Care to share?
I held up the sky for Atlas
Oh, my
for about
God.
5 minutes.
I thought it was going to be the lady in the bathtub.
That's a good one. That would have been a good one.
Actually, my most proud moment is we've had a wood stove all my life.
So you're trying to reenact your ancestors.
No, it's a bigger wood stove. It's like 350 pounds. It might be 370. I don't know.
But I mean, in the same vein as
Yeah.
the ancestors.
Yeah.
but,
Okay. I got you.
And
But better.
I've seen like 3 young guys barely be able to pick it up when I was younger. So I was like, one
How-
of these
how old?
days, 20, 21.
Okay.
So I was like, one of these days, I'm going to pick this thing up to like chest level. And I've tried for every year until last year.
That's like most people mark their height on
Yeah,
the wall,
yeah.
and you're like marking your.
How far I can get that off.
Not this year.
Yeah.
Push
And
into the wall and scratch it and come back.
last year I finally hit it. I ripped the skin off my hands doing
Worth
it,
it.
but it was worth it.
It was worth it.
It was. And it's on my Facebook, and it's there. When I get old, I can always scroll back and be like, yes.
Yep.
Look here, kids. Your dad was stronger than you.
Yeah.
Ever
Can
will
you lift
be.
that heater? I'm gonna save that heater if it ever gets a crack in it or something. Oh,
Scotland's got the stones of strength. Nathan's got the heater of strength.
it's the Nate heater,
Stove of
Yeah.
fortitude.
Nate stove.
It's
Well,
like,
go ahead.
I was going to say, you've seen the cartoon, this kid, like looking at his dad. He's like, one day I want to grow up and be big as strong as you. And his dad's like, no way. And then he starts taking steroids and working out.
Not today.
Gets so jacked.
Yep, I would do that. Like, never gonna happen.
He's like, no, kid.
The day you're stronger, it's done.
All right. What about the frost giant? What's your favorite?
What's mine?
Yeah. What's your most proud feat? Is it the angel in the gym telling you to pull it up?
Oh, I forgot about that.
I know. You haven't brought that up on the
No,
what?
I forgot all about that. Also, there's another story we got to go back to, which might see. I've got a lot of favorites, man, but like all of them aren't necessarily big numbers. It was just like the time. So like that one is one because I forgot about it. So we worked out at Smoky Mountain Athletic, which is Holland. Well, we've all been there. Okay.
Yeah.
Yep. Cool. So, anyways,
Nobody else. Is
None of you have.
Yeah.
it's our gym.
Losers.
But anyway, so it's upstairs, and me and Nathan were doing rack pulls that day. Excuse me. And well, I don't remember what we were. How many? Okay, well, I can talk.
I think you were. This is.
It was 600 at least.
Yeah. No, it was over because I think you said you got like 550 or something. This is right before
so.
you started hitting your big numbers.
Yeah. It was somewhere around 600. I know it was at least.
I think it was 630 or 635 we had on it.
I think so. Either way, so I had went up. It was about shin height or knee height, roughly. And just so we're upstairs. It's like midnight, 1 in the morning. and it's just me and Nathan. And I tried it once, and I just couldn't. Like, it just felt like it was stuck.
Yeah, it didn't even move. The
Didn't
bar
even-
didn't even bend.
No.
I was like, well, we're gonna have to drop this back down.
Yeah, I was like, man, I'm not as strong as I thought I was. Well, then out of nowhere, this dude comes up the stairs, but he doesn't come all the way up. He's halfway. Like, there's so it's. I wish
Gym's in a mezzanine.
Yeah, so like it's one of those stairs that kind of goes up, has a little landing, and then turns left and goes up. It's like one of them little doodads.
Yeah.
Yeah, like that.
Yeah.
So he's standing on the little platform that's in between the stairs, just enough to where like his shoulder up, he could see us. And he said, "You about to lift that?"
We both turn.
Yeah, we didn't know he was back there. We didn't hear him come up. So we both turned around. And I was like, "I'm gonna try." I said, "He will. I will try." He goes, "I'm gonna see it." I was like,
Oh, yeah, we were on the spot.
"Yeah." I'm like, well, now I have
You got to.
Like, I'm forced to do it now.
Yeah, absolutely.
So yeah, and then just out of nowhere, bar moves.
Yeah.
Like it
Easy.
was nothing. And then we turn around, dude's gone.
Yeah.
Like I swear to God, man, like there was no hand clap, there was no way to go, dude. He was just gone.
Is that like the ghost of Bagger Vance or
Yeah,
something?
dude.
It reminds me of the Iliad. Who's that? Diomedes? Is that his name? When Athena helped guide his spear to hit Ares.
Oh, yeah.
That's kind of
Helped
what
guide the
it.
arrow.
Yeah, he had like a little godly intervention there. Going on. Yeah, the guy just come out of nowhere.
Yeah.
And he.
For a lower brow reference, I feel like I thought of Hallmark movies when there's a Santa Claus and like only the kid knows he's Santa Claus and he winks and he's gone.
It was kind of like that.
Yeah.
It was your gift.
That was a total
God.
David reference.
Yeah.
Like,
And you know what the weird part is though? Ever since then, you started hitting your big numbers.
yeah, that was it.
Yeah.
Well, I feel like that's
turning
kind
point.
of the way that you, when you first hit 500,
Yeah.
I walked in, you guys were deadlifting. No, wait, I was deadlifting. You walked in, right? Nathan and I were
No,
there.
so this is the story.
How did
On
it
the
go?
first
I can't remember.
first episode, I said I want to wait till Nathan is here.
Yeah.
Because I swear to God, this is like a movie, and in my head, it plays like a movie. But this would be my other like favorite PR because it was the first time I hit 500 pounds. Also, for everybody to know, there's like a running thing that I don't PR unless there's a Millsap somewhere.
Yeah, and I don't know why that is.
I mean,
It's wild, though.
it started as a joke, but now it really has been real. And
Essence.
yeah, so first time I'm like at this time, I think my big PR was 450. I'd been working out by myself at the gym that me and David work at. Okay, there's a gym that is owned by the place. That doesn't matter.
Never mind.
Irrelevant.
Use the
Yeah,
term gym
irrelevant.
real loosely.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, just started working out at this gym. Never met Nathan except one time just to say, "Hey, I'm Caleb."
He come up the stairs all scared like the first time.
Yeah, I'm walking up again. It's like 8 and 9 o'clock.
It's
at
pretty
night.
late, yeah.
And for one, that place is not exactly in like a.
Good neighborhood.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's
There's not even a street light out there. It's broke or
there's like
something.
one. It's just like on like an old movie, just kind of flickers as you walk out, and you can hear it buzzing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I walk up the stairs. I can see the light upstairs on, so I know someone's here. And I'm like, great, I got to share the gym. But I walk up, just cloud of smoke.
Weights are slamming.
As Nathan has described before, like smoke in Valhalla.
Yeah. it's Swohala.
It's Swole Hollow.
Yeah.
So then all I see is Nathan. There, I can hear the music outside.
Oh, I got it
So
bumping in there.
It think like club with the doors closed, but instead of it being like, like club music, it's Viking war drums from Beowulf.
Oh, I got it. I got it thumping in there.
You got me on that. That's what I was
dude.
listening to the gym now too.
Yeah.
That and 300.
Oh yeah.
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 He's played that.
Good
Anyway,
man. Thank
so
you for that. By the
I
way,
hear like I open the doors and now it's loud. Like the speaker turned all the way up. It's like a 10-hour loop of just Viking drums from Beowulf.
I'm doing deadlifts in there, like I'm rowing, I'm on a big ship.
Yeah.
The oars are like, 500 pounds and you're pulling over and over. Yeah.
So I come up the steps.
Got to cross
Nathan-
that English channel,
Nathan, no shirt on, chalk all over him like he's an orc for Sauron. and I got hit like the third to top step, and Nathan just stops.
I smell
Music
him.
still blasting, points at me across the room, says, "You deadlifting today?" like the most gym bro thing I've ever seen. And I was like,
He agreed.
I'm just standing here with my backpack, like a kindergartner on the first day of school. Like, sure. He said, "Holland will be here." I was like, "Okay." Like, that's great. So
30 seconds later, his shirt's off.
I was like, yeah. So then we go up. We're starting to warm up. Holland is now here. Weights are starting to move. Chalk is now more everywhere than it was before. And So now that we're lifting, and now we get to, I told him my PR is 450. I've not done more than that yet.
I didn't accept that.
Yeah.
No.
We're like, now you're hitting 500.
They said, you'll hit 500. I was like, I don't know, boys. I just hit 450 like a week ago. And like that was a big deal. So anyways, we start warming up. And then it was, I hit 450. It felt good. And y'all were like, all right, let's go up. And now we're at 500. And y'all were like, yeah, we're warming up. And I was like, you are warming up with 500. And that was where it just like set in. I was like, I will not be the only one in this gym not hitting 500. Refuse. So I tried it. Honestly, until this point, I've never done mixed grip either. At that point, I'd always double overhand. And so I tried it. No go. I was like, of course. There it is. Told y'all, couldn't do it. Y'all just keep going. Now we're up to like 500. Y'all went like, I don't know, 545. I don't know where y'all went. It was something stupid. And just kept working out. Y'all hit your sets. If we're coming back down, I was like, put 500 back on the bar.
You didn't accept it at that point. Yeah.
Because now, like, after I just sat on the floor.
Well, we had disgusting looks at you too.
Yeah. Y'all are like, unworthy.
He can't go across the channel.
You can't dance.
So I was like, all right.
Couldn't even take the French.
Yeah, so like,
Must be English.
yeah, so I'm like sitting in the floor watching y'all deadlift like a kid with his dad at work, like not doing anything. And
Well, you didn't exist to us at that point.
I'm aware. Okay. Yeah, you might have told me that a few times. So I said, all right, put 500 back on the bar. Not 495, not 501, 500. So we've got 500 on the bar. I stepped up. I was like, I'm going to do mixed grip. I don't know why, but I feel like that'll help. So it did mixed grip. I got it to my knees and thought I was going to absolutely die. But then it went up all the way.
Yeah.
And then like y'all were just standing there like screaming. It's like the whole big thing. All my blood was in my face. And
It was an awesome moment.
then like
I was so
the world
proud.
went silent for like a solid what felt like forever.
The music stopped too.
And then I just dropped the weight like from full height. We're upstairs still.
And it's a little shaky up there. I'm not gonna lie.
So 500 pounds hitting this like, I don't know, like not a very thick floor.
No.
And like the whole room shakes. My hands feel like I just ripped every bit of skin off of them. I would say that's probably my favorite PR.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty
Pretty epic.
Yeah,
Really.
it was pretty divine actually. I'm not
Yeah.
gonna lie. Yeah, I thought about putting a temple up in your name at that point.
You mean kind of like the Iron Palace?
Yes.
I see what you did there.
Way to work that in. Nice.
So I think we put it off long enough. I think it's time for our tip of the day.
Yes.
It's the only
Hit us
thing I
with it,
come
Holland.
for.
That's awesome. All right. You guys ready for this?
Born
yeah.
ready.
Shoot it.
Wait. Yeah, okay, I'm ready.
Okay.
Yeah.
Giant pandas are considered to be the 5th strongest carnivore in the world.
5th?
5th
The
strongest.
4 are here.
I was gonna say what's 4?
Nathan, Caleb, David, and Nolan.
I don't know if you planned that, Holland, but that was pretty perfect.
That was good. That was good.
Yeah, no, that was just serendipity there.
You got to cut it out, man. Riders are supposed to be on strike, dude. Sheesh.
I didn't know you guys had a tip of the day. That's very informative.
Well, maybe think about
The Iron Palace.
I was about to say, we've actually not explained why we call it the tip, but yeah, that's it. The Iron Palace podcast tip of the day.
I like the tip.
Don't we all?
We're going to need to keep moving.
Let me explain. So the reason I went with the panda is I did this deadlift simulator thing, and it compared your strength to animals.
Yeah.
And I pulled this deadlift, and it was a panda.
Like you were as strong as a panda, or you picked up a panda?
I,
For a
you
minute,
know,
you
as strong as a panda. And I was like, man, that's kind of lame. And then I was like, maybe it isn't.
You ever
You know,
watched-
so I got to.
Have you ever watched?
Pretty good internet theory that pandas aren't real right now.
So
Well,
like, I want to.
Have you ever watched Kung Fu Panda?
Well, yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty impressive.
Yeah.
So you're as strong as Poe.
Yeah.
What you're
Strong as
telling me.
Poe.
Yeah.
Yes. And I guess I'll take that.
Well, he killed a snow leopard?
The Cades Cove Cougar is as strong as Poe.
It's as strong as a panda.
Yeah. You can squeeze with your pinky, a snow leopard to death. So
If tensions get any worse with China, we can just send Holland. We know
it.
he can handle the pandas.
well, they'll love
Right there.
they'll love him.
Yep.
Throw me your best panda right now.
Right now. Take them down.
So We're actually out of my topics that I wrote down, so we're just going off the cuff now.
Moving on.
Yep, moving on. I'm really good at segues.
How many topics did you have?
Well, remember I told you I wrote a lot down at home, and then I left them at home. So I just wrote down like 5 that I could
Pretty
remember.
strong swimmer. Oh,
And, are you
I'm a decent swimmer. Underwater.
noted.
only underwater?
Uh,
It's like if you're above water, you
Isn't
can't
that
struggle.
Isn't that drowning?
What?
I struggle on top of the
Backspace.
Yeah, back that up. Like, have you ever watched?
If you're only underwater, I mean, like,
Have you watched the movie Pacific Rim? You know when the robots go in the water and they just shoot all the way to the bottom.
I don't know where you're going with this, but yeah.
That's me.
sinking.
So if I'm underwater and I'm kind of using the gravity there, I can swim pretty good. If I'm
Okay.
on top of the water, I'm having to really push myself up.
I can
And-
sink really well.
I'm a really good sinker.
Okay. Do y'all float? This is a super
No.
off-topic. You don't?
No,
I'm not. So,
I'm fat enough to float.
I don't float at all.
I can float. My legs fall, but I can
yeah.
kind of float.
My girlfriend laughs at me all the time because I just sink.
Sink.
I sink feet first.
you ever seen the Bifrost on the Thor movies? That's how fast I sink to the bottom. That's what I see going to the bottom.
Caleb sinks because of the heavy metals in his tattoos.
Yeah.
So that's it. Yeah.
You got to watch
al-
that.
It's always my right arm dragging me down. I think he's onto something. Oh, and he also said he got mercury poisoning from cavities he had filled.
Oh.
To be fair,
To be fair,
that actually makes sense
fair.
a little bit. But anyways,
So it wasn't the squats.
no. They gave him
Squats.
mercury poisoning.
Squats gave me mercury poisoning.
His
teeth. Ad on TV.
We need
If
that
you were
shirt.
loved with it, hurt my squats.
Need that shirt made. Squats gave me a mercury poisoning.
Well, we forgot to go ask our other two guys what's their most proud lifts.
You first, buddy.
Oh,
Pass it
Lance.
out there.
Actually, this is a good idea because I think
Yeah,
David's
I already
just
know
happened.
Mine. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mine's just
Oh, yeah.
happened. They had
We
that
all
same
witnessed
Millsap
it.
magic for me.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it happens.
See, all right, there it is.
They put a car in the driveway, and these big guys, they all lift it right up like it's nothing. I'm like, no way, this car's coming up, but I got to try it for the content. I get it up off the ground. First of all, I only get it halfway, think I'm done, and then I hear them going, "Oh, you got it." I was like, "Well, if they say I got it,
Because we were
lean back,
disgusted.
It's
yeah.
there.
You almost didn't exist. to
almost
us.
did not exist."
oh yeah.
Yeah.
You had that
dodged that one.
MM, the Millsaps magic.
Yeah.
If Abby was here, you'd have done.
You would have
about
repped
4,
it
yeah.
for
First we
sure.
call it in the streets.
Probably would have gotten the Jeep.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, we
Oh,
need to
yeah.
get Abby out here because I'm pretty sure she could rep that car.
Oh yeah, pretty sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you definitely would have had to rep the
Yeah.
car.
She hurt, she hurt her back a while back, but before she
Yeah,
hurt
go
her
ahead and
back,
tell them how she hurt her back.
was it the 800 pounds?
It's the rack pull of 800 pounds.
Yeah.
Like,
Without
Are you
straps,
kidding me?
by
Yeah.
the way. Without
yeah,
straps.
just hands.
Yeah.
it's insane.
She was what 160 something,
Yeah.
and she was deadlifting 425.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Holland took the video there at
Yeah.
Donabody.
Yeah, that's why when I took her to that competition, I thought we had it nailed down, and then we had to do that
Well,
CrossFit.
she had it nailed down.
Holland's like, "Where are we running?"
Yeah, I was like, burpees. What?
I quit. I'm going home.
Should have.
Where are we running to?
What are we running from?
Yeah. I was like,
So what is your most proud feat of strength?
I don't know. I guess deadlifting my tractor. And not really because it's all that heavy, but just because I have a video of it, and I can say people are like, "How much you deadlift?" I'm like, a tractor. And they're like, "Yeah, right." I'm like, "Oh, look."
I agree because whenever I posted my video, like of any video I've made, posted of whatever, of anything I've lifted, that's
Yeah.
the one that gets brought up.
Oh yeah, the tractor.
Yeah, I'm at like Texas Roadhouse, and somebody's like, "I saw you lift a tractor the other day." Like, I did.
Well,
that's
you know,
right.
It actually wasn't that heavy.
Tell people, well,
There you go. There you.
That's
It's
like-
only 6,000 pounds.
Well, it was a small tractor, you know.
It was
You guys can never let me lift a tractor. If I ever get that strong, I'm going to be unbearable at work tomorrow because I lifted a car today.
I'm gonna be honest. If you lifted that car today, you can lift the
I
tractor.
think,
kidding.
yeah,
Yeah.
you got the
I
tractor.
got to get that tractor.
Because honestly, the tractor is a lot lighter than that car.
It's front end. It goes up pretty easy. You got
I
to.
almost lifted the
Over
tractor
butt.
with fat grips on.
Oh yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
Oh,
So
yeah.
close.
Not to get off topic, but speaking of grips, right?
Grip is never
I
off
have-
topic.
I have lifted with a lot of guys. I've lifted with the guys who could rep 500 on a bench, working pipeline. That's actually how I got started lifting. Some big old dudes down there. And everybody I've ever worked out with, I could always out-grip them 10 times to 1. Like, that's one of my main things. I've never used straps, hardly. I mean, I used them today, but I threw them down, don't worry.
I was worried.
But the first time.
When you put them on, I was like, you sick?
Yeah, I was. The first time I got to work with him, was it the Atlas bar? Or
That was the axle bar.
Axle bar, that's it. And this man has got some of the best paws for grip I have ever seen in my life.
Because I've got big meaty claws.
Like,
They make my hands look tiny. When
I stopped.
High five.
Like, my hands stopped working, and he kept going, putting on weight.
I'm 405 that day. That was the first time I touched an axle
And
bar.
I think the record's like 520.
I used to know it.
Mark,
Remember.
who's it?
Google
Mark?
it.
Find out
GTS.
right now.
Google that shiz.
527 or
I was
Whoa.
looking at, calm down.
What were you doing?
I was looking at Steven Seagal wallpapers. I saw a cool T-shirt that said "Flock of Seagulls," by the way, and it was nice.
Flock of seagulls.
Make a dope crop top.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hold on.
But you know all this grip talk.
Yep.
Guess who has a grip world record?
It's 332.
I'm gonna say it's a Millsaps.
It's me.
That's
Oh, yeah.
that's right.
That can't be right.
That's all right.
Yeah.
What did you say the number was?
Double overhand axle
Yeah.
bar deadlift.
Can you spell that
Yeah.
from the beginning?
DOUBLE.
Hold on. Back. What was that after the D?
OUBLE. Overhand, OVER, HAND.
The E sound.
Oh, I put hand twice because I already put it, and then you told me how to spell it, and that was my bad.
Google.
Next word.
Google will
Anyways,
figure it out.
Axle, AE, AE. AX.
Oh gosh.
That's it right there. Don't make me spell anymore. Just click it.
Google will figure it out. Don't worry about it.
Click it.
Oh, well, you've Googled something entirely too specific now.
700 pounds.
Double overhand grip is the hardest grip for deadlifting. The world record may be 700 pounds.
That's
By Eddie
for-
Hall's record deadlift at 1,100.
That's for just a normal bar.
Yeah, but the 500
And that's
kilos
not-
with a suit and straps, everything.
That's just for an average bar. right there.
Apparently, it's contested, more or less. I'm seeing like 3 or 4 different ones here.
That's for an Olympic bar
Yeah, and like
overhand.
We'll have to come back to that. We'll have to actually do some research and
and like
find
every federation has a world record
out. Yeah.
kind of.
I think we should start a state record for grip
Yeah.
yeah.
because then I might have a shot at making one.
Let's do a Northeast Knoxville record for grip, and then I think I've got a shot.
What if we do
Yeah.
a Northeast Knoxville record for fire breathing?
Works.
The only reason that I really started doing a lot of grip stuff afterwards was because I was like, "Holy cow!
And
I got a lot of
still-
catching up to do."
Still never caught me.
And that's right. That's right. I need to try that axle bar again.
Holland took it. I mean, to be fair, it was his, but
You were becoming too powerful. You were
Yeah, I couldn't have that.
You were like Typhon. They had
Literally-
literally the Tartarus.
literally the only thing I can outlift you guys on is anything grip,
I know.
and then you take it away.
we got to.
You know,
We've made a monster that we let it go a little too
we
hard.
created a monster.
You've been waiting for that this whole time.
I think that should be
Finger
your
on the button.
nickname,
What?
Typhon.
What is Typhon? You just made that up.
Read up, man. Come on, dog.
Google it. You got a laptop. We got to use it.
It's what typhoons.
How do you spell Typhon?
TYPHON, right?
I
guess
don't know.
that was-
I'm not a good speller.
Yeah.
Yeah,
In English,
You can-
anyways.
we're typhoon.
I'm pretty sure if you just trace something that close and just put, I don't know if he's a Titan. He's an offspring.
Yeah, like I'll just put Typhon, Titan, and his
Of the guy,
Wikipedia came up. I don't think he is either. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
Typhon, buddy.
Yeah.
Vase.
He's the big strong thing on the
He's
vase.
like
Vase.
he's
That looks
the
like a flower.
he's the Jormungandr of
I don't want to be
It's
this
from
guy.
Greek mythology.
I'm a,
Yeah.
Homie, that dude's naked.
I'm a vase.
well, he's too
You
strong.
just said it. That's Typhon. It's a
He's
vase.
too strong for clothes, so
Like you wouldn't call the backup singers on Hercules a vase. They draw and stuff. It's what they did,
Yeah.
dude.
What?
Yeah.
It was the same kind of vase.
The backup singers for Hercules come off the vase. Have you not seen the movie?
Look, that's
So
debatable.
he's basically Jormungandr of the Greek mythology.
Who's Jormungandr?
What?
What do you mean? What?
you know who Thor is? Right?
Let's start with Thor.
Yeah, from Marvel.
Where's that button? Is that it?
He's dabbled.
Okay, I'm the only one who can do that.
Just like the table. Well, it's a massive serpent that circles the earth.
Okay.
It's huge.
It's who Thor fights in Ragnarok.
Yeah. That's actually, they thought mountain ranges and stuff were its back.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So, what?
So
You're the Jormungandr of grip.
It's a big bad guy.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. It might not be the bad guy.
You know, my
It
other
depends on
nick-
perspective.
it
really.
does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
my other nickname is just a lot easier to explain, and people in Highland games call me Groot. I feel like we should just
Groot.
Well, that makes sense. Big tree.
or the ice giant is much easier to say, much easier to explain than Typhon or Jormungandr.
Well, I mean,
It's easier to spell too.
yeah.
I don't know. I can't spell either one of them.
Yeah, I could call you a Fenrir, but
Again, I'm pretty sure you're making these up.
That's a
no,
wolf.
yeah. It devours
No,
everything.
That he did not say wolf.
Fenrir.
You did.
That's the name
Yeah.
of the wolf.
That's who eats
Am I
Odin.
literally the only one who knows nothing about this?
That's who eats Odin, in Ragnarok.
Someone deprived you of the History Channel as a kid. We're going to fix this for
Yeah.
you.
Yeah.
How is any of that on the
How did
History
you-
Channel?
Those are the best stories as a kid, man. Yeah, it's been like demigods were like the first superheroes.
What stories do your parents read you as kids?
Well, when
I
you're,
watched like Robin Hood. Or like
I was the one that
Briar
read.
Rabbit.
The animated Robin Hood with their foxes.
That's the only one in my
Man, that
book.
one's awesome.
Except for Man in Tights. That one's also
The
solid.
only book my dad's ever read, partly the only book my dad's ever read is probably the Bible, and it's been limited at that. So I was the one that did the reading, and all we had around there was like a bunch of old classical books. It's like Perseus and Theseus and Beowulf, and
This explains your music choice so much better.
oh, it does, yeah, yeah.
So, speaking of which, another question we've asked our one other guest is, what's your gym playlist look like? I know the answer, but I just really
Yeah.
want to hear you say it.
Well, it depends. So if I'm going to Planet Fitness, I usually don't have earbuds. I hate wearing anything on my ears.
Says the guy wearing headphones.
You want to
as
hear
we
it when you
speak.
set that PR alarm off.
Yeah,
Look alarm.
it throws me
PR
off.
alarm, dog.
But if I could play music, it just depends on how I'm feeling at the time. I do like I feel like I like orchestra, like theme music, as in video game or movie, something
Like
very,
you're listening to Bach while you're.
Well, no, like
Mario
Compilations
Brothers.
of other stuff.
Beowulf soundtrack,
Mario Brothers theme song.
God of War soundtracks, stuff like that. I like the big. I don't know how to say it. The sound of it, I guess, just the large
Other than your Beowulf soundtrack,
Yes.
my favorite one is your
March of Isengard.
March of
Yes, I knew.
Isengard.
That's what I carry.
Lord
That's what we did.
Yep.
Farmer carries too.
Yeah, we did
Yeah.
heavy farmers carries with the ones I made that just ripped your hands off.
Oh yeah, but they were awesome. Yeah.
I still have them. They're in the garage, and I look at them, and I think I still have skin on that.
Yeah. The handles were they were smaller and
Super knurled.
super gnarled.
Like that's the most aggressive knurl I've ever used, even compared to a brand new barbell.
Yeah. You grab it, it grabs you back.
It does. Like
Yeah.
you try to let it go, but it won't let you.
No.
Like you've got to set it down and ask, "Can you please let me go?"
Yes.
So that's why I don't use them.
Yeah.
I bought actual ones.
I'm nervous to try them.
You shouldn't.
No, I don't want to.
I mean,
You did try them.
Did I? I don't remember doing them.
Then you didn't try them because you would definitely not forget it.
I don't remember it.
I do like. I do.
I remember doing
metal.
farmers carries up there, but I think it was after you got.
It was the fat handle ones.
Yeah.
I do like heavy metal.
I think the only thing different, other than like the 10-hour loops of like March of Isengard and stuff, is whenever you had the 10-hour loop of all the Marvel or superhero theme songs.
Well, I got a whole playlist that's just superhero
Yeah.
movie theme songs. Yeah.
Wild. So one topic we haven't covered yet. This will be our final closing question that we can wrap things up with. We'll just go around again because we also haven't talked about it either. Is
How strong our moms are. Yes.
my mom's the strongest. So, anyways,
Biased.
is you an energy drink pre-workout? What do you like to start your workout with?
Milk.
Why are your answers so like just different? Like,
Well, I don't use pre-workout. I usually just do a good warm-up set to get my heart going.
Hoffy mud.
Yeah. Yeah. I know a lot of people like
Forgot about
pre-workout.
hyphy mud.
I know a lot of people like pre-workout. I don't know. It just messes with me too much.
I'm an addict on it.
It always makes me jittery and stuff. I don't like it.
I'm on pre-workout as we speak.
So I see you got some on the table. Is this what you're showing? Is this yours?
What do you mean? Well, it was mine. I gave it to David.
So you don't like it?
I like to collect pre-workout and supplements just because I like trying different ones. And then I usually wind up with a huge assortment of pre-workout. And then whenever people, like my friend David, says, you got any pre-workout? I'm out. I'm like, here you go. And then I've got like a metric bunch of it at home. So
I expected a scoop that time. I was like, I just need a scoop of pre-workout. What I didn't know is I was about to get the tub of the most aggressive ride of my life.
and for free advertising, I handed him Pandemic, an extreme pre-workout with 400 milligrams of caffeine.
It's like also got a panda on the front. So
With
Oh
the
my
name.
God.
wow.
Call back to
Panda.
Holland.
I don't know if that was
Man.
planned or not, but that was
Scoop of
good.
that.
It is
Halfway
now.
there, I get out of the Jeep and walk the rest of the way to the gym.
And this panda looks like a cross between the panda on the front of World of Warcraft and Poe. So it's pretty spot on.
Yeah. Wow.
But
I'm gonna find you some Typhon pre-workout.
cool, sweet. I'll try it. So
I made that up.
with-
That part. Yeah.
Okay. So I just covered that I like pre-workout. David?
I put pre-workout in my shaker cup and then shake it after I change and walk like I'm going towards the gym. And then when nobody's looking, I get back in the car. So I use it just to flex like I'm going somewhere. It's really more of an accessory for me. What about you, Holland?
I don't really like pre-workout, so
Must be a
every
Millsaps
one that I
thing.
try either makes me like jittery or sick to my stomach or whatever, and I don't know. I always feel bad during the workout.
I feel like I ate too much candy after some of them.
Yeah, like
Yeah,
at
if
most.
I feel that way, I go take a huge poop, and then I feel fantastic.
I just wish you'd quit FaceTiming me when you do.
What am I supposed to do? Sit in silence?
He's like, "Hey, David."
You coming to the gym in a minute?
Saying, yeah, buddy.
You love
though.
our bathroom conversations.
But yeah, I'll drink like a Red Bull or something beforehand.
Yeah,
But
I've
that's
seen
about
I've seen you with energy drinks up there before.
Coke Zero. Yeah, I'll do that.
A good crisp,
Zero.
good crisp DC.
I'm craving one right now.
All right, well, we're landing up here on our hour mark, so we'll start wrapping up. I think that's it. Anybody got anything you want to add before we finish it out?
Thanks for coming, Nathan. It was awesome.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, thanks for inviting me. That's the first time I got to lift a car, so that was
Retweet.
yeah. Because Holland made it. Been what, 2 years now?
3, I think. Yeah.
3 years ago, and we've always talked about getting together and lifting it, and it just never happened. So we finally got to make that happen.
What they're talking about, Holland made a thing where you can back a car onto and deadlift the back of the car up.
Yep. So check out our Facebook and TikTok, and you'll see it.
Thanks, Holland.
and you also
Hey,
see
no
our
problem.
you'll see our guns and Holland's nice calves that I'm trying to get.
Oh yeah,
Yep.
calves were popping.
Holland's double cheeked up on a Thursday night.
Got that dump truck.
It's there.
He's got a CD over that dump truck he's driving around. Son.
You know, if you work at the fire department, you don't have to have a CDL to drive a 50-some thousand pound truck
I don't need a CDL for this dump truck.
because it's on fire.
All right. Well, everybody, thanks for listening. Thanks for coming out. Nathan, thanks again for coming on. We'll have you back. And that's a wrap, guys.
All right.